Hey, you there, listening to me right now. I have a challenge for you. Yes, you. I want to ask you a question. How many times have you felt trapped by what others think of you? How many times have you held back from doing something amazing because you were afraid of being judged? I bet it's more often than you'd like to admit, right? Today, I want to speak directly to you. Yes, you, who might be sitting there wondering, am I enough? Will they laugh at me? Is what I do good enough? My friend, let me tell you a truth that can change your life. You are not defined by what others think of you. And listen, before we go on, I need your help. This video needs to hit 100 likes. Only you can help me reach that goal. So, if this message is already resonating with you, hit that like button now. Let's do this together, because this conversation is about to transform the way you see the world. Now, hear me out. I'm going to show you how to free yourself from this weight you're carrying, the weight of others' opinions. Because life is too short to be shackled by invisible chains. Let's go. The truth about the weight of opinions. You know what's curious? Often, the people who judge you the most, the ones who are quick to point fingers, are the very ones who lack the courage to take charge of their own lives. It might sound harsh, but it's true. It's as if they project their insecurities onto you because they can't face them in themselves. Now, answer me this: why would you give so much power to someone like that? Think about it. Every time you let someone's opinion stop you from acting, you're handing them the key to your life. And what do they do with that key? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because only you know the path you want to take, only you understand your dreams, your struggles, and your pain. But hold on, I know it's not easy. I'm not here to tell you that you can flip a switch and suddenly stop caring. Fear of judgment is part of being human. What I am here to tell you is this: you don't have to let it control you. Want to know the secret? It's simple: focus on what really matters. Every second you spend worrying about what others think is a second stolen from what can truly transform your life. Think about that. And since we're talking about focus, let me ask you, have you hit that like button yet? It's quick, and by doing so, you'll help me reach even more people with this message. Let's keep going, because what's coming next is even more powerful. Reclaiming your personal power. Now that you've understood how the weight of others' opinions can hold you back, let me help you take the next step forward. And that step begins with one simple decision: deciding that you will no longer live to please everyone. Think about it: have you ever seen someone achieve something extraordinary by trying to please everyone? No, because it's impossible. There will always be someone who doesn't understand your dreams, who thinks you're wrong, who will laugh, criticize, or even try to drag you down. But you know what that means? Absolutely nothing. Because the only person who needs to believe in you is you. Let me tell you a story. Imagine an artist painting a masterpiece. They're fully focused, pouring their soul, passion, and talent into that canvas. Now, imagine if, with every brushstroke, they stop to listen to the opinions of those around them. One person says, "That color is wrong." Another comments, "Why not make it simpler?" And yet another, bolder critic chimes in, "You'll never be a real artist." Do you think that masterpiece would ever be finished? Of course not. The artist can't afford to waste time listening to those who don't see their vision. And guess what? You are the artist of your life. Here's the truth: people don't live in your shoes. They don't feel your pain, they don't dream your dreams, and they don't face your challenges. So why would you let their opinions dictate your steps? When you live trying to please everyone, you disrespect the most important person in your life, yourself. But this isn't just about ignoring others. It's about building a mindset so strong, so focused, that outside opinions simply don't have the space to affect you. And do you know how to start building that mindset? Through small, daily actions. For example, think of something you've always wanted to do but never had the courage to because you were afraid of what others might think. It could be something as simple as posting a video, changing careers, learning a new skill, or even wearing that bold outfit you love but think is too much. Now imagine deciding, today, to take that step. How would that make you feel? Free, right? And here's the amazing part, the more small steps you take, the more confident you become. You start to realize that what truly matters isn't what others think but what you think about yourself. And here's something most people won't tell you, most people aren't thinking about you as much as you imagine. That's right. They're too busy with their own lives, insecurities, and worries. So why waste your energy trying to guess what they think? Let me be direct, your life is a one-time opportunity. There are no replays, no do-overs. Every minute is precious. And every time you hesitate or hold back because you're afraid of being judged, you're giving away a piece of this unique gift that is your life. So here's my challenge for you. Think of something you've been postponing because you're worried about what others will say. Then, decide to start today, even if it's just a small step. If this resonates with you, comment below, I choose freedom. I want to see your commitment to your own liberation, because no one will fight for it on your behalf. Oh, and if you haven't hit that like button yet, now's the time. Remember, we're in this challenge together. Let's spread this message far and wide, because I know there are countless people who need to hear it. The more people who break free from this fear, the more transformative the impact you'll have helped create. Stick with me, because at the end of this video, I'll share a simple yet powerful exercise to break free from the chains of judgment once and for all. Let's keep going, because your transformation is just beginning. Building an unshakable mindset. Now that you've started to realize it's not worth living under the shadow of others' judgments, let's take it further. Let's talk about how to build a mindset so strong, so focused, that nothing, absolutely nothing, can derail you from the path you've chosen. It all starts with a simple but powerful change, the way you see yourself. Look, you can't always control what others say about you, but you know what you can control. What you say about yourself. The internal dialogue you have is the most powerful tool you possess. So tell me, what have you been saying to yourself? Is it something that lifts you up or something that tears you down? If you're still stuck in thoughts like, I'm not good enough or, what will people think of me, here's a tip for you, change your internal dialogue. Start asking yourself, what can I do today to feel more confident? What makes me happy, regardless of others' opinions? These questions aren't simple, but they're essential to reprogramming your mindset. And here's the interesting part, the more you get to know yourself, the easier it becomes to ignore external criticism. That's because when you have clarity about who you are and what you want, other people's opinions become nothing more than noise. Noise, nothing else. And noise doesn't affect you when you're focused. Let me give you a visual to think about. Imagine you're a boat sailing across the ocean. Other people's opinions are like waves coming from all directions. Some are small, almost imperceptible. Others are bigger, even threatening. But in the end, none of those waves can sink the boat, unless you allow the water to get in. Get it? You alone decide what comes in and what stays out. This brings us to the next point, the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. Have you ever noticed how some people have the gift of lifting us up, while others seem to drag us down? Choose to be around those who believe in you, who support you, and who challenge you to be better. People who are so busy building their own lives that they don't have time to judge yours. And if you don't have those people around you yet, that's okay. Be your own biggest supporter until you find them. Now, I want to share a practical exercise with you. Grab a pen and paper, or just think about this if you prefer. Write down or say out loud, what is my biggest dream, and what has been holding me back from achieving it? Confront that answer with honesty. And, most importantly, ask yourself, is the fear of others' judgment really protecting me, or is it just paralyzing me? Spoiler alert, most of the time, it's only paralyzing you. Now, hold tight, because what I'm about to share is a practical step to put all of this into action and start living the life you deserve. Are you ready? Let's go together. The practical step toward liberation. We've arrived at the part that can change everything. This is where you stop just listening and start taking action. Because, in the end, it's action that defines who we are, not words or intentions. So, I want you to do something with me right now. First, close your eyes for a moment and imagine, what would your life look like if you had no fear of judgment? What would you do today if no one were watching, no one were criticizing, no one were judging? Think about it. Maybe you'd start a project you've been putting off. Maybe you'd finally say yes to that opportunity that scares you. Or maybe you'd say no to something that doesn't make sense for you. The question is, what would your life feel like without this weight? Now, open your eyes. Do you know what's amazing? You don't need to wait for a miracle or a perfect moment to experience that freedom. You can start right now. All it takes is one first step. Here's the practical exercise I promised. Pick one area of your life, any area. It could be related to work, your dreams, or the way you express yourself. In this area, identify one specific action you can take today to confront your fear of judgment. Something within your reach. For example, record that video you've always wanted to make but never had the courage to. Apply for that opportunity that feels too big, or even something as simple as wearing that outfit you love but have always felt was too bold. Now, here's the most important part, do it. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Because every time you take action, even when you're scared, you're training your mind to understand that other people's judgment holds no power over you. Action is your weapon against fear. And here's the incredible part, once you take that step, something surprising will happen. Maybe no one will notice. Maybe they'll notice but say nothing. Or, most likely, they'll see your courage and feel inspired. Because the truth is, most people want the same thing you do, to be free. They just don't know how. And you can be the example they need. Remember that boat image we talked about earlier? Every action you take is like reinforcing the hull of your ship. Every step, every decision you make based on what's right for you, not what others think, strengthens your boat against the waves. And the stronger you become, the farther you can sail. Before we wrap up this part, I have a special request. I want you to comment below with the first action you'll take today to free yourself from the fear of judgment. It can be big or small, but I want you to commit publicly. Because by writing it down, you're affirming that you're ready for change. And if this video has helped you, don't forget to hit like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Together, we can create a wave of people living freer, more authentic lives. In the next section, I'll show you how to turn this new mindset into a way of life. This isn't just about a single moment, it's about who you choose to be every day. Shall we keep going? Because I believe in you. Turning freedom into a lifestyle. Now that you've taken, or are about to take, your first step, I want you to reflect on something important. True freedom isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous practice. It's not about ignoring judgment once and returning to old habits. It's about turning courage into a daily habit, a way of living. Here's what you need to remember, every change starts small but grows with consistency. Each time you act despite your fear of judgment, you strengthen your confidence. Over time, you'll notice that other people's opinions have less and less impact on you. But how do you maintain this over the long term? Here are 3 principles to incorporate into your life. Have clarity about who you are and what you want. When you know what's important to you, distractions and other people's opinions lose their power. Think about your values, your dreams, the impact you want to leave on the world. The clearer this is in your mind, the easier it is to stay focused. Learn to handle mistakes without self-judgment. One of the biggest reasons we fear judgment is the fear of making mistakes. But here's the truth, mistakes are part of life. They don't define who you are, they simply teach you what needs adjusting. Instead of criticizing yourself, ask, what can I learn from this? Growth comes from learning, not perfection. Create an environment that supports you. Surround yourself with people, content, and experiences that reinforce your strength and confidence. This doesn't mean cutting out everyone who doesn't understand you, but it does mean prioritizing those who inspire and support you. And if you're walking this path alone for now, that's okay too. You are enough to start. Here's the amazing thing about living this way: when you stop worrying about what others think, something magical happens. You begin to attract people and opportunities that truly align with who you are. Your authenticity becomes a magnet. You inspire simply by being yourself. And the most important part, you begin to feel a peace that few people know. Not because your life is perfect, but because you're living according to your truth. That, my friend, is real freedom. So, keep moving forward. Build that strength every day with small steps. Because, in the end, it doesn't matter how many opinions try to sway you. What matters is that you're sailing in the direction you've chosen. Now, take a deep breath and keep going. Because the next step is yours, and the future is waiting for you.